kwenye vita ambayo ilikuwa ya bunduki against mkuki. Kwa hiyo jaribu kuimagine fulani nilionayo mimi leo kuona kwamba vita miaka miwili ya mikuki na bunduki, kumbe mikuki bado ipo. Kwa hiyo nina furaha sana. Asante sana.
Asante sana Chief Zulu. Chief Adam, she asked a question and she would like to hear the same observation. Karim.
Okay. First of all, thank you for the question. It was really, I guess, heartwarming in a way, we know that in history a lot has happened. It could be between the different countries, and a lot of violence happened. And so at this moment, hearing from your side in Brazil is pretty much the same what happened in our side, speaking for the Hehe people. So for us, we know our history between the Germans and the Hehe people is quite big. And the mark that it left between the two communities here and here in German and in back home in Iringa, it is a big, big mark. And so the stories that the people know back home and the stories that are here, they could either be two different things, meaning two different perspectives. And so me being here at this location and as a representative of my people, it shows me a path or a different perspective of how this history was. Of course, we know that the violence has happened, and that is a very, very painful thing. You know, coming here and seeing the stuff and the artifacts and the materials that were once used by my grandfather and my people in a way that they could survive as a community, brutally taken and being brought here. So for us, we believe, as my fellow chief said, we have our own ways to believe in our ancestors and towards God and such beliefs. So through that, us being here, if it wasn't meant for us being here, honestly, I swear, even though with the artifacts being here, we wouldn't have made it. So until the, I would say, phases and protocols that the people who planned all this exhibition, they followed the protocol to approach us and tell us that there is something that was once taken from your community and being brought here. That, I believe, and it shows that our ancestors have accepted what has happened and what is to be done to wind it all up in a way which is, I guess, fair for both sides. So, yeah.
Thank you very much. Mike, I had a question which is linked to what Nicholas said, that it's a privilege that as a colonialist, you have more also upper hand on the stolen cultural properties. You in Germany here have control of heritage resources, not only from Africa, but around the world. And we are here sitting for the exhibition. My question is, how can we decolonize further the whole stories or the whole histories and miseries of Tanzania?
Okay, I think this question is a very big question. I don't know if I'm going to live up to it. I try my level best. So the first idea is from our humble position to sort of decolonize a process to represent the cultural belongings here was to approach and face and conquer the invisibilities, the gaps, the omissions in the colonial archive, to give visibility and possibilities to listen to other perspectives and positions in this exhibition, and also to include the contemporary artists and their approach towards the reanimation of the cultural belongings and the reconnection that took place during the production of the exhibition process. And these were like our first ideas for a new debate around how can European museums approach their heritage, their privilege, how can they respectfully find a platform to enter this discussion with the persons and the descendants of the people these cultural belongings were stolen from. How can we go on? I think this is a very important first step in this process, and my hope is that we'll find means and a lot of support to bring this exhibition to Tanzania, to discuss with the Restitution Commission of Tanzania about further steps that should be taken when we talk about reparation. These cultural belongings are treasures, they are more than objects, they are subjects, they are belonging to different cultural practices and traditions, and they are, like my colleague from the community said, they are people, but they also represent people that suffered. They represent the loss of lives that can never be like undone, but we have to start talking about forms of reparation, reconciliation,